So some people type 1. Yep. So just like every other crisis, this one shall pass as well. Yep. I've counted that since my day of graduation. Personally, I've experienced like 10 crises, whether in the form of financial, political, or pandemic driven. At the time of the crisis, it looked like the end of the world, but in retrospect, actually offers a lot of opportunity too. A lot of great companies were born during the crisis time, like Federal Express, Walt Disney, Alibaba. Yep. Yeah, so this one shall pass too. Again, also according to my personal statistics, every 4 years, there will be a new crisis. Yeah. So again, the best way to prepare is to be ready to change and be prepared to change before the crisis happens. Yeah. And also even after the COVID-19, we are still having to face the AI revolution, the increasing usage of robots. Yeah. I mean, 20 years ago, we used to talk a lot about the hard-working Chinese and Indians and how they are affecting everyone. Yeah. But nowadays, all the robots, they can work 24 hours a day, and they don't talk bad things about their boss behind their back. Okay. So again, be prepared for that because that's going to affect across all industries and different kind of jobs. And for the people who type 2, yep, I can't dispute on that point as well, because if you look at past serious pandemics, it usually come in 3 waves. And usually the second wave is the most disastrous. Yeah. So we never know. Yeah, hopefully with modern day technology, we may be able to prevent that. But again, Warren Buffett has sold all his NI stocks. So industry that are very recession-proof or crisis-proof. Yeah. Of course, with the pandemics, it's only natural that people become more health conscious. Yeah, because we're still learning about COVID-19. But one thing is very clear. In a lot of countries, in some countries, as high as 95% of deaths are related to existing medical conditions. And more studies and papers are pointing to especially obesity. Yeah, because obesity is the source of a lot of modern day diseases like high blood pressure, hypertension, high cholesterol, diabetes, etc. Yeah. So obesity is the #1 factor. Yeah. And if you look at the WHO definition of health back in 1949, yeah, actually only 5% of the worldwide population is considered as healthy. 75% of people have existing medical conditions. But most people still think that, well, that's not significant because they are not considered as the 20% of population which is considered as sick. Yeah. I think with this COVID-19, this kind of mentality is going to switch, and more people would like to move from sub-health with some sort of medical conditions to the healthy category. This awareness, this mentality is going to drive the proper healthcare industry. Yeah, what do I mean by that? Because what we're having now is basically sick care. Yeah, after you fall sick, you'll be, well, the medical system will try to take care of. And switching towards a more genuine healthcare in the sense that before that happens, we'll try to do something to prevent sickness to happen. That's actually been a cornerstone of thousands of years of Chinese medicine. Yeah, preventive health. Yeah. But so that is pretty obvious. Yeah, and that's why a lot of IT companies like Apple or Google, they're pumping billions of money into healthcare, especially regarding to longevity and anti-aging. Yeah. So, and that because they expect that growth rate in this category will be higher than the IT industry. So this looks pretty sure. But what most people don't realize is that actually, beauty products are very crisis proof. Yeah. Now, some people are comparing or saying that, oh, this COVID-19 is going to be worse than the 1929 depression. So let's take a look. What are the few hot selling items during the 1929 depression? Actually, it was lipstick was one of them. Yeah. Why? Because looking good and feeling good is one of the basic human needs. Yeah. So what about the closer one? The financial meltdown during the in 2008. Again, you can see that beauty products sales went higher. Yeah. Because now not only do people wish to look and feel good, now there's actual need because too many qualified people are chasing after a decreasing pool of good jobs. Yeah. And what about with this COVID-19? With this lockdown where you can't see many people face to face, or even if you see them, you're wearing masks. There's no reason why sales beauty products should go up, right? Wrong. Yeah. They're using a different channel, online channel, to buy the beauty products, but still, sales went up. And it's not only in the West, in China, where the first one to suffer from the COVID-19, actually, same thing happened. Yeah. Why? Because looking good and feeling good is part of human nature. So in terms of product categories, Nu Skin have for decades positioned themselves well. We're one of the few companies in the world that cater to both inside and outside of feeling good and looking good. Yeah, so we have external products to help you to look good. We also have internal products to help you to feel good. Yeah, so that's very unique. But then why should you consider Nu Skin as your business platform? So in the remaining 40 minutes or so, Amy and myself will talk about why Nu Skin as a business platform, why you should participate in this mega trend, and why now? Why now, post-COVID-19, you want to do that? So let me start by sharing my own story. I think my life is shaped by a few instances where I choose to follow my heart instead of conventional wisdom or other people's advice. Yeah. For example, at the young age of 24, I was the first one in my class to get married. And a lot of people at that time advised me not to do that because they said I was too young, I don't have any of the 5 C's, no condo, no career, no cash, no car, and I should wait for a few more years. I was asking myself, if I'm sure I find the right one, why should I wait? So went ahead and get married anyway. A year later, I got an offer of posting to Tokyo, Japan. Again, people tell me not to take it because I was too experienced, I wasn't prepared. I should get a few more years of working experience because it's a big job to in Tokyo to expand the foreign exchange trading and but then I was thinking, as a 25 years old, what do I have to lose with some overseas exposure in my resume, right? So I went ahead and signed the contract. It happened to the beginning of a major super bull market in Tokyo, Japan, where the Nikkei stock index went up every week, the Japanese yen strengthened every week, as well as the land and property prices went up every week. There's a saying that in a big bull market, everyone is a genius, right? So I also become Citibank's youngest vice president in the history of Citibank Tokyo. Yeah. And it took me less than 4 years' time. So I lived in a big house, paid for by the bank, drove fast car, went to Michelin restaurant, went to exotic vacation. My wife was an institution stockbroker, taking care of clients such as the Singapore GIC, Malaysian and Brunei Central Bank, as well as the various mutual fund and hedge fund in US as well as in Asia. And we started with kids. So for people looking outside and they look at us, they thought that, wow, perfect career, perfect life, perfect family, we must be very happy. It's only deep in our heart that we have a sense of crisis, and then we were looking for change. For me personally, I have this health crisis. After like more than 10 years as a foreign exchange trader, overlooking a team of 30 people, my health went down rapidly. Yeah. I promised my son to take them to Disneyland, and the night before I got a gout attack. So I was actually need to be wheelchair around Disneyland. 2 years later, I was hospitalized first time in my life due to pneumonia, and it happened during the holiday, December 24th. Yeah. So I was hospitalized for 1 week, and I still think that maybe that was an accident. But 18 months later, it attacked me again in Tokyo. And then I got really scared. Yeah. So in a hospital bed, I stare at the ceilings, like maybe like 20 hours a day. And I look at this picture that I carry with me in my wallet. And it was the shot that I took when I was dating with my wife. And I carry her on my shoulder. And I ask myself, would I ever be able to take the same shot again, carrying my wife on my shoulder? Yeah. Because at that time, it was actually on the birthday, my wife went to the hospital and asked for special permission to take me out for like 1 hour so that we can have a quiet birthday dinner together. Yeah. It was that bad. And I stayed there for 2 weeks this time. So I'm really happy that last year I was able to take the same photo shot again in the same place in my high school, carrying my wife on my shoulder. Yeah. So when people ask me how much do I benefit from the product, from the Nu Skin platform, I said a lot. It made all the difference in my life. It actually reversed my life, I can say that. It saved my life, it reversed my life to be able to actually age younger. Yeah. There's a photo when my son got married last year, and they were taking group photo with his best man in the hotel lobby before they are going to pick up the bride. And then suddenly the photo guy yelled at me and said, "Hey, come over. I need 7 people in the photo. It looks much better." I said, "I'm the dad." He said, "Oh, no, it's okay. No people. I guess few people can tell." Right. So there's the photo I took. So I'm really appreciate that a small change, a choice, the right choice, can have such a big impact in my life. Yeah. What is success like in Nu Skin? So let me quote you 2 examples of my upline. Yeah. One is Jeanette Yao, my first mentor in the Nu Skin business. It's she who made Amy and myself understand how big this Nu Skin business can be. And it's worth all the short-term sacrifice. She herself, before Nu Skin, was the CFO of Canadian Hydroelectric. Because in order to do this Nu Skin business, she quit her job and moved back to Hong Kong to do the Nu Skin business. And people at that time just thought that she was crazy. She has a double degree in MBA as well as a Master in Science, and also a PhD in theology. In 2005, she got a calling and she became a full-time pastor, a full-time deacon in the church. Yeah. Instead of working full force in Nu Skin business. But still, 2016, 10 years later, she was recognized as $10 million. That means she made more than $10 million in actual commission from the Nu Skin business. That's proving that even though she stopped working for 10 years in Nu Skin, the recurring income still keep on coming. Luckily, in Nu Skin, we have 6 levels of upline, so some of them are still working hard. Yeah. One of them is Philip Durham, and he's an international coach. He traveled all around the world and motivating and inspiring people to make a change and work towards a type 5 lifestyle. So let's take a look at Philip in action, dancing. Okay, so you can see that in Nu Skin, we work hard, we also play hard. Look at the type of a condition that a 60-year-old guy dance. So you can tell, obviously, he is a champion in dancing in the amateur category. So what is briefly the type 5 lifestyle? In contrast to type 1, which is you have money but no time, like a lot of professionals. Type 2, no money, have a lot of time, like those retirees and those unemployed. Type 3, no money, no time, applies to a lot of salary workers, where paycheck is from month to month. Type 4, money, time, but no health. A lot of successful professionals and business people belongs to this category, compared to type 5, where you have money, time, health, youth, and a lot of friends all over the world. Now, what kind of platform can give you a type 5 lifestyle? Yeah, think about that. So what attracted us, Amy and myself, to the Nu Skin platform right from the start? First of all, is offers us a truly global platform. We joined Nu Skin before the 1997 return of Hong Kong to China, where we saw a lot of our friends and classmates migrate to other countries, some of them lawyers, doctors, where the qualification weren't being recognized in new country. So we're thinking that we're still bullish in Asia, but we want flexibility. Yeah, so the Nu Skin offers a truly global platform that allows us to go anywhere we want at a time we want. Now, of course, my employer, Citibank, is also an international company, but usually they don't offer they only offer a local platform to the employees, right? As a small percentage of people like myself as expatriates, maybe they're going to send me to some other countries after Tokyo, but not on my terms. They send me to where they want me to go at the time they want. Okay, I have kids. Maybe I want to go somewhere with great education like Singapore, but to the bank, that's not a concern. Yeah, you know, a lot of great professions like insurance, property agents, or applied to a lot of traditional business as well. The more successful you are, actually the higher opportunity cost it is to move to somewhere new. But in Nu Skin is different. The more successful you are, the more freedom you have to move anytime, anywhere you want. Yeah, that's a big difference. I mean, I grew up in when Hong Kong was still a British colonial government, so I have little level of trust for any type of government. So this ability, freedom to move around is to me as a security blanket. Okay, the second, what we saw about the Nu Skin platform is the power of compounding. I would say that this is the most well understood concept by most people, but in real life, actually very few people can utilize this power. Now, of course, with COVID-19, even my 80 years old grandma understand the power of exponential growth of compounding. It's every few days, double and double. But that's negative compounding. You know, when you cannot repay your credit card on the due date and you're being charged like 30% interest rate, that's negative compounding. If you're working at frontline at the NMC and the company keep on increasing your budget every year, year after year, again, that's negative compounding. I'm talking about here is like positive compounding, like the Nu Skin bonus plan offers you N to the power 6. It pays you up to 6 generations of the business builders under you, a minimum of 5%. And with that bonus plan enhancement last year, can easily increase to 15%. 3 to the power 6, that's 1,000. 4 to the power 6, 5,000. 5 to the power 6, 20,000. So even Amy and myself, we have absolutely no exposure to direct sales, not even as a user. Right from the beginning, we're pretty sure that we can be successful because all we need is to find a few good people. And we actually don't need a few thousand. Even 100 business builders under us would give us income that is better than most of the average salary income of professionals. Okay, so we're thinking that, well, that's kind of a sure win. Okay, do I know who would that be? Who will those 3 or 5 people? I don't. But all I know is like there will be 4 aces in a pack of cards. That's math, that's probability. Yeah. So all I need is to focus on that 3 or 5 instead of the 95 people who said no, the timing is not right, or whatever kind of excuse. So let me put you an example. So when I went back to Hong Kong, we connect with a lot of my high school classmates. What happened? I mean, just as an example to illustrate the point. Okay, I met with some of them. I said, oh, you need to flatten your curve. Okay, and I got the exact solution for you. And I said, we're healthy. We just have a few medical conditions, but otherwise we're fine. Okay. Some of my classmates, they will buy supplements from me to feed their dog. but they simply refused to take it themselves. Yeah. But fortunately, I also bumped into Ramsey, one of my high school classmates, over in a wedding banquet, and he came and said, "Hey, I was the first one in class to take supplements, and he started from high school days. Okay. How come I don't have the same effects as you do? Yeah, I have a tummy, I have a fatty liver, I look many years older than you. Okay, why?" And then, most important thing, he told me one more thing. My wife, who used to be a yoga and dance instructor, is looking for change. So, bing bong, and then they, through them, they actually built a respectable team for me in Hong Kong market. Okay, so I only needed a few of those in my Nu Skin journey. Okay, third thing, the company. Okay, very important. We are still a relatively young company of 35 years old, even though we've already been listed as 22 for 22 years in New York Stock Exchange, the main board. We have a great track record. We are classified as 5A1, and one of the A is financial stability as well as cash flow positive, which is critical in present crisis. Yeah. Without the Fed bailout, there will be hundreds of thousands of US companies going into bankruptcy. Yeah. But even with no bailout, Nu Skin, because of the 5A1 credit rating, because of positive cash flow, because of not spending money in share buybacks, we can survive. Yeah. And we have great credibility. We've been a sponsor of the Olympics events. We've been our main 7 of our supplements have been listed in US Physician Death Reference. Our ageLOC technology has been featured in the Discovery Channel. So all these are great external testimonies. And look at our mission statement. We are to be a force for good throughout the world by empowering people to improve lives with rewarding business opportunities, innovative products, and an enriching and uplifting culture. This mission statement is built to win and built to last. Our founder, Blake Roney, founded Nu Skin at a young age of 25. And Nu Skin was considered fastest growing high flyer in the late 80s. And Success Magazine interviewed Blake Roney and asked him this question: how would you consider Nu Skin as a success? And Blake's answer is that when a lot of our franchisees, when a lot of our distributors becomes US dollar millionaires, then I would consider Nu Skin as a success. For last year, we've already created more than 1,500 US dollar millionaires. Yeah. And we're still increasing that at the pace of every 4 days, 1 new millionaires will be created. At 35 years old, does that mean that it's already too late to join? Absolutely no, because the company's vision is to be the world's leading business opportunity platform. Yeah. So we have already lined up exciting products and business ventures 5 years ahead. But as a long-time vegetarian, I'm most excited about the company's move towards Groovy, which is the control environmental agriculture. Yeah. Not only would that allow us to have the most clean and effective raw ingredients, it can also save 90% of valuable land and water resources. Okay. With this COVID-19, across all industries, over 90% of people are being affected. Nu Skin is the only one that will offer the opportunity to all. Yeah. A success case cuts across age, gender, education background, race. Yeah. With successful people that are double PhD to high school dropouts from different backgrounds, like very successful professionals or businessmen to hotels cleaning ladies. Yeah. So we are truly a business platform for everybody. Yeah. Because with this crisis, you can see that there are more and more talks about a fairer redistribution of income to make sure that with all the bailout money, it won't be like the last time the US financial bailout where it goes to the rich people and to the banks. Yeah. that's exactly our bonus plan designed right from day one. You know, instead of a few celebrities and the agents getting the bulk of the advertising and spokesperson money, this income is redistributed to hundreds of thousands of families, of distributors, as well as product lovers who's willing to open their mouth and share. Okay, and we are talking about since 2013, over $1 billion per annum. Yeah, and over 40% of our sales every year is being distributed out to distributors. Yeah, that's the highest, probably one of the highest amount companies across industry. Yeah. And again, a lot of people will say that direct selling model is it a bit outdated? Let me tell you how technology benefit our Nu Skin business. You know, when I first joined, I'm still using fax, and I need to spend the whole afternoon to send out fax informing people that, you know, tomorrow night there's a presentation, there's a meeting. You know, it's only in Singapore, like 10 years later, that one of my young business builder taught me how to use the group send function via SMS using a Nokia phone. And I said, wow, that's powerful. It makes my business absolutely scalable because I can send the same message to 100,000, 10,000 people with just one push of the button. Yeah. And nowadays with social media, internet, I can access the whole world anywhere, 24/7. I love and embrace technology. And the best thing is that all these come almost free. And so it brings my operation costs down to a minimum. So that's why I'm saying that even if this COVID-19 is going to drag on for another 2 more years, I would say most of our business builders will be fine because our operating cost is so low. Yeah. Yep. So that's great. So here I would like to bring in my wife, and let me start with a company video featuring her.
Hello, everyone. How are you? I think Gary has shared so wonderful. Do you feel lucky? Hello, everyone. Do you feel lucky? Do you feel that this COVID-19 is a nice gift for you? Problems are gifts. Without problems, how can you grow? We wouldn't be able to grow. Do you see COVID-19 as a way to reboot you, to reboot yourself like a computer, to reevaluate your future direction? Don't you think that it's very nice to really sit down and plan for a bigger you, a plan for a wonderful you, growing into sunshine and smile to others? So I was given the nickname of Lucky Star by a fortune teller when I was born, according to my grandfather. And you know, no pain, no gain. Well, since I am supposed to be great and a lucky star, I should expect a lot of challenges, right? Because you grow with challenges, right? So that's why in the next slide, I'm going to share with you the 3 different phases of my life. And I had quite a bit of challenges to polish me and toughen me. So take a look at my childhood. So, take some time. Okay, so, okay, my childhood. I was born in a very humble environment, wooden hut, and I was a scholarship recipient since primary 2, because I went to a good private elite school called Good Hope School, and my father threatened a few times, if you don't have a scholarship, you definitely have to get out and just go for any neighborhood school. And I had asthma, so since young, I knew how is it like to be sick. Basically, I got hospitalized. I got asthma attack once a month and hospitalized for 3 to 5 days in the hospital. And then I also witnessed my parents quarrel every day. And as the eldest of 3 kids, I would be seeing myself kicking my 2 siblings out to the corridor whenever they fought. So I grew up in that environment. But I thought this grew me as a small leader. Then, fast forward, growing with a skill of good time management, because I grew up in the habit of using 3 weeks as 1 month, allowing 1 week to get sick. So I work pretty hard and pretty fast. So this is my second career in finance, whereby, well, my last position before Nu Skin was Director of Baring Securities, later on absorbed into ING Baring. My bonus income, salary, a year could be as high as $500,000 to more. But then that came at a cost. My asthma was still there, except that I went to see private doctor, only knowing that in the later stage, after doing Nu Skin, did I know that the medicine that I took was exactly the same as what I took in the public hospital. Yes, I made money, but then no time. I felt quite guilty as a mother. I was struggling, stretching myself between a mother as well as an investment banker. I saw my kids growing longer, but not taller, because when I left, they were still sleeping. When I came home, they were also asleep. So I quickly answered Janet Yao with a resounding yes after her 1 hour presentation or sharing over lunch. And I said, I really wanted that, because I wanted total freedom, especially time. Time to me was everything. I wanted time freedom so badly so that I could experience, enjoy my kids while they were growing up. And also financial freedom too. So then I quickly signed on to become a business builder for Nu Skin. Did I know anything about skincare? No. Did I know anything about health, nutrition? No. But I knew one thing. I had my goal very clear. I really wanted the ultimate goal. The highest level at that time was Blue Diamond, the executive brand director, something like that. Yeah. So I just asked Janet a question: how could I reach the highest goal as soon as possible? I'm glad I bumped into the best mentor at that time. And then I became type 5, having what Gary just described to you: healthier, younger, financial freedom, passive income. Then I made up for what I had lost and not done. Because when I was a child, I did not participate in any physical education due to asthma. So as you can see from the picture, I'm a firewalker, learned how to do jump shot and skydiving. So very happy, type 5. And more importantly, I had a chance to further grow myself and contribute to others and give back. For example, as a scholarship recipient while I was young, now I can give away lots of scholarship to especially girls. So I gave to my alma mater, Good Hope School, and also girls' school in Malawi, Africa. And of course, I'm the chief ambassador together with Gary of Nu Skin Nurse the Children program. So I am very lucky to be in this environment. So living a type 5 lifestyle, of course, it would be a given to win the ageLOC Global Champion, right? So take a look at before and after. Before, I took steroid and antibiotics every month. Of course, my face was so swollen when I was young. I didn't bother with any makeup at all, because every time when I did makeup, in 1-2 hours in the morning, everything would be gone with lots of tissue paper. And well, with time freedom, with a hopeful spirit, good platform, good technology, good product, I became the youngest looking mom, winning the global ageLOC champion, beating other countries. And again, a way to give back, I put down my experience as a mom, as an effective mother. I consider myself effective mother with 2 wonderful boys into a book. And this book is called Millionaire Parents, Millionaire Son. You're very welcome to buy it from me or let PM me. All proceeds are going to charity, either Force for Good or Nourish the Children. So, okay, so today's topic is win big post COVID-19. How and why? The core foundation to winning big is to have great health, great body. Jack Ma, the richest man in China, did give a very good analogy. He said, no matter how wealthy you have lots of zeros at the back. And then there's a one, for example, $1 billion. But then if that one gets crumbling down, what are you going to do with the other zeros? It's all nothing. So that one in front of all the other zeros is your health. How fit do you feel? How well do you feel every day? So in the next few slides, I'm going to share with you, in order to win big, you must have this cornerstone, this foundation in place. That is flattening your curve. I'm sure in COVID-19, we have already heard this saying many times, but I'm talking about flattening the curve for your body. Okay, and then a lot of medical studies did mention one thing. More important, more serious than heart and lung issues, as well as smoking, obesity actually will make someone fall sick, catch the virus of COVID-19, as well as ultimately got killed a lot easier than others. So you must flatten the curve. And in the next few slides, I'm going to share with you this wonderful program called TR90, exclusively available by Nu Skin ageLOC. Regardless of your sex, women and men, and in all ages, this definitely will give you transformation in 90 days, hence the name TR90. Let's start with slightly more senior people. Monica, my good friend, wife of Malaysia's ambassador to France and Russia. You can see Ambassador Heron in the middle, the only guy. So now at age of 76, don't you agree with me? She looks a lot better than before. Next, we have our partner, wonderful partner in Susan, an extremely eloquent, talented journalist, very good at writing, of course, Susan. And before TR90, she was waiting to get kneecap surgery and was told by the doctor, hey, not serious enough. Let's wait for it to become more serious so that I can operate on your kneecap. What kind of a statement is that? However, she was lucky to bump into TR90 and also open-minded and took action. And after one set of TR90, look at the change, look at the transformation. And it's sustainable. Look at how small waist she had now. Next, we have got a very popular figure in Singapore, Malaysia, our Super Dad champion of one TR90 contest, Oliver. Look at him before and after. Well, the passport age is supposed to get older, but then he's looking a lot younger. And recently, he celebrated his son's graduation. And Oliver is going to be your TR90 coach for the whole month of May with Type 5 online training platform every Thursday, noontime. So make sure that you get on and follow his training. And then because of his generosity in sharing, he thought about his cousin, Alfred. And Alfred and his wife, Joanne, take a look at this wonderful, lovely couple. You can see that they're becoming more and more handsome and prettier, and then smiling all over the face. And look at their recent one, enrolling a lot of people, again becoming health coach as well as millionaire coach. Here, I would like to mention one more thing. Besides getting all these wonderful Type 5 benefits, you know what? You get something that is valuable, something that the Harvard studies have talked about, relationship. They are more loving to each other. And for wonderful couples who have been hard-pressed about finding time to one another, join Nu Skin. Then your relationship, your love will only grow higher. Next. And then let's take a look at my Hong Kong partner, Caden, from despair to hope. You can see he almost gave it up on his body because he had this terrible eczema, very serious stage of eczema. ageLOC, all the whole ageLOC phenomenon helped him inside, outside. Shape, eczema gone, and now he's such a handsome man. Next. And then we have got those people who think that they might not need, but then they can be the dangerous category, skinny. Skinny doesn't mean that you are healthy. Skinny doesn't mean that your body fat is low. We have got another Hong Kong partner, Gordon, from skinny to six pack. And in fact, I was one of those two. And later on, I will show you my picture. Next. How about the young person? We have got our youngest partner, Anne, only 25. Look at the confidence. Look at the self-confidence. How radiant and beaming she is after regaining the skin tone as well as looking so good in her body shape. So what is TR90? So TR90, in a nutshell, give you very healthy composition of muscle and fat as well as body shape, and transforming the internal organ so that it will naturally heal itself. It will bring out a younger you in terms of look as well as vitality. And once you have got a nice body at the back, you need a pretty face to go with your body. So luckily, Nu Skin takes care of everything. In fact, our beauty device system has consecutively won us #1 in the last 2 years, and soon will be the 3rd year. So ask your friend or whoever invited you to see this video, ask them to give you a demo, or ask them politely for this whole system so that you can quickly enjoy it. One trial, I promise you, one usage will make you blow away. Okay, next one. This is a business. This is a business proposal. And if you are talking about doing business, I hope you are thinking about ROI, return on investment, meaning you really make income. If you don't make income, why do business? And if you are going to do so, who is the best person, who is the better person to learn from other than Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world? I think the key of his thoughts is you need to have passive income in order to sleep well. So you can only have a good passive income if it is compounded, recurring, and cumulative. Let me show you with our Nu Skin business model. Now is the time for numbers. Okay, numbers never tell lie. And Nu Skin is a listed company in New York Stock Exchange. This is the figures announced in their annual report, the latest one. So take a look at 2 key figures. One is the mid-ranking. The mid-ranking close to US dollar 3,000 actual average income. This is all actual average income per month. How about the one at the top that everyone should look at? Because Nu Skin can give you the best only if you are willing to dream. Close to 40,000 US dollar a month. Okay, how does it come about? Because of compounding. Okay, take a look at the result first. I think Gary has mentioned it, but then for good days, it's worth repeated. So far, in the last 35 years, we have already created a total of 1,500 billionaires US dollar in cash, not in stock option. Okay, now, when you come to join Nu Skin, becoming a millionaire is a certainty. So the next question is, ask yourself, how fast, how soon you want to do it? Well, I can show you a 2-year plan. That's a very fast plan, provided you work hard and very focused. Like Kaneko, he worked 20 hours out of 24 hours. He's the #1 in Japan. So, well, I think Gary has already explained that this is a franchising business. So here in Nu Skin, the franchisee is called BR. It's a virtual franchisee. It's like McDonald's, except it's virtual. So first year, divided into 3 time slots. The first 4 months, you focus at finding your 4 to 5 partners who are as serious as you. Then the next 4 months, you help them, empower them to also grow 5 each. That means you have 25 partners or franchisees. And then the last 4 months in the first year, 25 grown 5 each becomes 1 to 5. So you add them up together, 155 partners, right? Well, to make the calculation simple, I just put in a random rounded figure of 100. So 100 franchisees, 100 BRs, each one is given a quota because, of course, this is a business. Of course, it carries a quota. The quota is a very humble figure. You will laugh at it. Only 3,000 to 4,000 US dollar. Well, let's mix it 3,000. And $3,000 times 100, Nu Skin pays you 5%. And on a yearly basis, times 12 months, the first year income, 180,000, 180K. Now, second year, you do the same thing, grooming, creating 100 BRs with the same effort. And now your title is called Presidential Director or TE. And you are earning a different bracket. You are earning triple of the 5%. That means 15%. So 15% times the same thing will give you 540,000. So 180 plus 540K will give you second year income 720K. So 720K plus the first year income, you are a millionaire. You see? So given focus and hard work with a generous formula, the sky is the limit. Next. So in Nu Skin, we define commission as commitment to mission. What is our mission? Our mission is not just to make money. Our mission is to be a beacon of hope, to be force for good, to have good tools in our hands, and you apply the tools in whatever cause you deem worthwhile. And here, I would like to ask you one thing. When it comes to making a business decision, you always analyze risk versus reward, correct? So here in Nu Skin, I also do that. Risk of doing it versus the risk of not doing it. In life, is it easier for you to say yes or say no? I found that saying yes will always lead me to bigger platform. How about for you? Now in life, the risk of saying no is very big. Take a look at the screen that Gary prepared for you. You will automatically get older. You won't automatically get better. That is what getting older means. So if you don't say yes, you will just get older and maybe redundant, feeling bad about yourself. How about the risk of doing it? Almost none. The risk of doing it is almost none. Make a move and say yes. All the big decisions, all the positive decisions mostly come from a simple word, yes. Once you say yes, your brain, your mind will be wired differently. Somehow you'll get miraculous power from the cosmic force, giving you all the resources to achieve your goal. So I do suggest you to say yes. Now, then what to do for those people who said yes? Because you know that by saying yes, you will get your goal. I would suggest this. Get our TR90 Supreme package. This is a Hong Kong package, and there is a stock code for your reference. Basically, it's combining TR90 internal as well as all the external skin health tool, skin device. So roughly in US dollar, I would say, well, plus or minus 3,500, 3,000 to 3,500 US dollar. Now, that small investment will allow you to be a millionaire in a possible short 2-year time span. Do you think it's good ROI? Do you think it's a good return on investment? Plus, you're actually putting it all on your body. So this is not even the capital. You're making yourself much better, looking and feeling younger. And then after you make this initial investment, we have got the whole online training system helping you and your subsequent partners to learn about the products, to learn training, to learn internal and external. This is what we call the Noon 246 online training system by Type 5. Beauty on the Tuesday, internal on the Thursday, mindset training on the Saturday, led by our wonderful mentor, Philip Zhang. So this is my last gift to you. I'm sure a lot of you will have some questions. For me, when I talked to Jeanette, I just thought that I started to picture and visualize my future. I thought that is too good to be true. And what's my risk? I better say yes. So you don't need to be great to start. You just need to start in order to be great. Allow yourself to be polished. Allow yourself to be toughened. Allow yourself to grow and subsequently contribute to the loved ones around you, to the people that come into your life. And this is my gift to you. Remember, starting, make a move, say yes. That's the best part that you can give to yourself and your friends. Thank you very much. And here I would like to borrow your hands and say thank you to Blake Ronnie, the founder of Nu Skin, as well as my sponsor, Vivian and Jason, my wonderful initial mentor, Janet Yao, as well as Philip Zhang. And Can James and someone help take a group photo? Is it possible? Okay, yeah, possible. Thank you very much for your time and wonderful sharing with you. Soon you're going to miss COVID-19. Make the most of it. Maximize your learning and your contribution from this place. Thank you.